What is up, everybody? Bilbo here. Today I've got an awesome video for you, actually. We're going to be checking out a couple of farms really quick that I want to build some tutorials on here pretty soon. Some are my own designs, some are just a little bit adapted from other people's designs. The one we're going to be doing the tutorial on today is going to be a full XP/Trident farm. I'm going to show it in my survival world and then go into my creative world and show you how to build it. First of all, I just wanted to show really quickly, this is a video that I've mentioned in a couple places online recently, a giant bamboo farm that I'm going to be showing off. Let's go ahead and activate this thing really quick so you can see how it works. Switch back over to fireworks. All right, it is activated, and anyway, yeah, I'm going to be showing you guys how to build this in a later video, and we're going to tie it into both this cactus farm as well as a kelp farm I've got going over there. See, this thing's pretty cool. I like the way it turns back around here in a second. But we're going to tie them all together into a super smelter so that it turns into kind of an XP bank. Other people have made videos on those before. I just wanted to show people how to tie them all together. And watch this. It's going to all... I fell. Oh, yeah. There you go. Didn't really get to see it. I fell off the top there, but... it pushes the pistons back up to the top and then forces its way back there. This thing pushes out bamboo at an absolutely exorbitant rate. It's ridiculous how much bamboo I get out of this thing. This is probably hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of running. I've already filled up the second double chest there. I was about to drop my bamboo in there. Let's see if I can drop it in that hopper right there. Nope. Wow, I'm going to have to add some more chests to this later, or I'll start burning it soon. Anyway, that's not what the point of this video is. We're going to go ahead and fly on over and show you off the Trident farm really quick. In a survival world, kind of show you how it can look inside your world, how it can be useful, and what the purposes of it are. Almost there right here. And then we'll hop really quickly into the creative world, and I will show you exactly how to construct it. So down here in our giant storage system building, I need to knock that out. That is such an eyesore. I hate the way that looks there. Anyway, right over here, this big thing here. So I was building this giant building here, and while I was building it, I realized we not only had a spider spawner kind of hiding in the wall over here, that I've turned into a big spider farm. You should check my video on that out, actually. Close that trapdoor. I hate leaving that open. We also had a zombie spawner in the wall up here. Just right floating up here inside the wall. So I decided to kind of integrate it into the design and turn it into a Trident farm. So right here, if you look inside this here, let me crouch down so I don't fall in. We've got a zombie spawner right up inside here. So I decided to throw some mossy cobblestone around it, make it look a little bit pretty, decorate it with some lanterns and some dark oak, keeping with the theme of the rest of the build. And down here, you'll see the zombies collect right there, and we've got a timer in the back that I will show you how to. I'm going to show you how to build all of this here in just a few minutes, or in a few seconds rather. Here in a few seconds, this stone block right there should pull out of the way and drop these zombies down here. And we'll see if we can show that off. It should be firing hopefully any second now. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. There we go. All right, they're going to drop down here. As soon as that happens, this dispenser right here is going to drop water on their heads, and it's going to drown them. It takes 45 seconds for zombies to drown. Will turn into drown by drowning. And right as that happens, it's going to switch over. The water's going to get sucked back up into the dispenser here. And as that happens, there's a magma block you can kind of see poking behind those hoppers right there. It's going to get pushed forward, and it's going to cause damage to these zombies. However, it is not going to kill them. It's going to, I've got a timer back there with all those repeaters running into the wall. It's going to hurt them just enough so that each one of them only take one more punch to kill. And, alright, see, there it goes. Right now, the magma block is underneath them. It's going to damage them. And if you watch, in just a second, that piston right there is going to fire. And boom, it's stopped causing them damage. And now if I drop down here, each one of them is going to take one punch to kill. If you didn't know this, drowned in Bedrock Edition, they cannot drop tridents unless they are killed by the player. So that's why we have this whole thing here set up, and it doesn't just kill them automatically. It's also kind of nice to get the XP from this. So if you wanted to come and hang out here, build it somewhere where you can kind of AFK for a little while, let it collect some drown for you, and this baby will run around this cactus for a while until he eventually dies. We don't care about the babies; they don't take damage from magma blocks for whatever reason. But anyway, yeah, the player has to kill them. So we've just got it set up so you can sit here, punch them in the legs as they, right after they take their damage. And down here, this chest is going to collect everything. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tridents from this so far. I just finished putting this together like probably 15-20 minutes before I started this video. So yeah, anyway, we're going to go ahead and switch over into the creative world. I'll meet y'all there, and we will show you how to build this. So here we are in the creative world. As you can see, we have a beautiful zombie spawner here that we found inside this naturally generated cave. Obviously, you won't find them floating up in the air like this in your survivor worlds. I just placed this one here. It'll be inside a cave. You're going to knock the whole cave around it out. You're going to place a 3-block tower above it to space it away from the ceiling, and this is where the ceiling is going to go. And then underneath it, you're going to have another 3 blocks. And this is where the floor is going to go. Except the hole right here is going to be knocked out. And all the blocks underneath it won't be there. That was just for measurement purposes. Underneath and on top, you're going to have a 9 by 9 room. So we're going to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes 8 with 1 in the center, making 9. We're going to do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just going to fill this whole floor in so that it makes a nice 9 by 9 square floor. And once we're done with that, we're going to do the exact same thing with the ceiling. And then we're going to put walls around it. If you look over there, you can see I've already built it once over there to get a little bit of practice. Let's go ahead and throw the last few blocks in here. Once your floor is finished, like I said, you're going to build the walls. You don't have to fill the corners in between the floor and the wall if you don't want to. Obviously, the wall is going to go right here. You don't have to have those blocks there. You can just take the wall all the way around it. But if you want to make it a little bit prettier, if it's going to be out, sitting somewhere in your world, then you obviously will fill these in. So if that's the case, then you're going to make it, instead of 9 by 9, you're going to make it 11 by 11. But anyway, let's go ahead and finish up the 9 by 9 square for the floor and the ceiling. And I will skip to once I'm finished with that. Alright, we have our 9 by 9 ceiling. You're leaving these 3 blocks on top of it so that the zombies don't spawn on top of it. And you have your 9 by 9 floor with a hole punched out directly in the center. As you can see, the next step is going to be obviously to do the walls. As I said, you could start out by making the floor and the ceiling 11 by 11 if you wanted to. That way you don't have to go through... You're already started on, you already have a template for where you're putting your walls in, but the next step is to fill the entire wall in all the way from floor to ceiling. And once that is finished, these zombies, it's going to be nice and dark in there, so you're going to want to keep torches on the sides of the spawner to keep zombies from spawning around you while you're building, unless you don't mind putting it in peaceful. But I know a lot of people like building... they like to leave the game in a harder difficulty, easy, normal, or hard, rather than putting it in peaceful anytime they're building something around these. Where's the fun if you don't have to avoid being killed constantly? So yeah, we're just gonna fill the ceiling, the walls in all the way up from floor to ceiling, and when we're done with that, let's go ahead and imagine I've got the walls in. When we're done with that, we're going to place a bucket of water in each of the 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's the only 4 blocks of water that we're going to place in here. But hold on to your water buckets. So as the zombies spawn in here, they're going to be pushed by the water into this center hole here, and they're going to drop through. So I'll go ahead and fill the walls in later. Down here, you're going to place one glass block on each of the 4 sides of the hole. And you're going to have to take this down at least 5 blocks. You can take it down farther, but not too much farther. I can't tell you exact numbers off the top of my head, but if you take it too much farther down, let's see. If you keep going down, this spawner will I can't go any lower here, so you can go pretty far away from it. But if you go too much farther, the zombie spawner will deactivate, and it will stop spawning zombies. You can tell when it's deactivated if you don't see fire inside it anymore. That means that it's not going to spawn zombies. You're too far away. So we're going to go ahead and take it. Let's take it 6 down, just because we can. That's how I built the other one in this creative world. Inside my survival world, the one we were looking at earlier, we took it down 5 blocks. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 there. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and grab a half slab really quick. I like the look just because I'm using iron blocks as a building block right now. I like the look of the stone half slab. And you can actually put this right here. You can put it there. You can put it at a few different places. You can kind of play around with it depending on where you're going to be standing. But this is going to be marking the front of our build, where we're going to be standing and killing the drowned. So back here is where all the rest of the build is going to go, all the redstone and stuff like that, just so that you can plan where you're putting everything, what way direction you're going to be, everything is going to be facing. So if you knock out this glass block right there, that is 2 blocks up from the bottom, you can go ahead and place any kind of, you could put glass there as well. I just kind of like the way it looks putting another block there so you can kind of see it getting pushed in and out. We're going to punch out the glass on the back there, and we're going to place a sticky piston right here, the 2 blocks back. So right here facing into that block. So when that is activated there, it's going to grab that and it's going to pull it back. It has to be a sticky piston so that it will pull it and push it. Down here, we're going to put a magma block right there underneath it. And in front of the magma block, you're going to have a hopper. Let me grab my hopper really quick. 1 second. Boom, there we go. And the hopper is going to go right here in the front of the magma block, but it's not going to face into the magma block like that. There's a few different options you have here, actually. I'm going to make this one so that the hopper is facing that way. And ideally, that is where we'll have a chest sitting later. But for now, we'll just leave it the way it is. Alrighty, and let's see. Right here is where we're going to drown them. So you're going to take your dispenser, and you're going... I'm going to put it in from over here, punch this out. Have it right here. It has to be a dispenser, not a dropper. I've seen people make that mistake so many times online. You're going to put it right there, and you're going to throw a water bucket inside the dispenser. You don't have to put it in now if you're afraid you're going to spill water all over your redstone and stuff. Just remember to put it in there at some point. I'm going to go ahead and put it in now. So our next step is to take any non-transparent block. It doesn't need to be a block of iron. I just kind of like the way they look. You're going to take from the block underneath the dispenser here, you're going to go out by 2, and then from there 3 back towards the rear side. Then you're going to take from right here, you're going to go up by 1 block, punch that out there, go up by another block, punch that out again, and then 2 out from there, so it's 3 long. This is how it's going to look from the side. Then you're going to go ahead and put another block right there. We're going to go ahead and punch that back out. And next to this, you're going to have a sticky piston. So we're going to go out a little bit, and right there, you're going to have a sticky piston. Then we're going to go ahead and place all of the redstone. Let me grab some repeaters and redstone really quick. Redstone, repeaters, boom, redstone, boom. All right, so we're going to have a redstone dust there and there, a repeater. I believe this one's going to be set to 4 ticks. I'll check that out and verify that here in just a second. We're going to have redstone dust going all the way up here. The purpose of this guy right here is that after this dispenser has been activated, this block will shoot across right here, and it'll shut off this redstone signal, which will shut off the redstone signal going to that. This redstone dust right here actually needs to be set to a redstone repeater set to 2 ticks. Next, we're going to replace the glass right here with a piece of obsidian right there, and another one right there. We're going to take our slime blocks, put one there and one there. They need to be against the hopper and the magma block there. We're going to take a sticky piston 2 blocks out the back. So we're going to place it right there facing the slime block. We're going to punch that out right there. Our next step is going to be to take 6 blocks out the back of that obsidian there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. We're going to place a redstone dust right there on top of the obsidian. Then one repeater set to 1 tick there, another redstone dust, and then the rest is going to be repeaters all facing into that direction, also all set to 1 tick. We're going to leave those there. We're going to come back over here with another non-transparent block, and we're going to go 1 down from the piston there, and then 1 more down, and then we're going to do that once more. There we go. 1 more there. And then we're going to go back up by 1 and take that back an extra block. Right here, we're going to put redstone dust here, 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 and here. So that's going to run into that piston, and it's going to run all the way around here. Right here, we're going to be putting a comparator. Let me just grab one really quick. COMP. Comparator. I will replace the obsidian. I think we're done with the obsidian, so we're going to put a comparator right there. All right, guys, bear with me. We're getting pretty close to the end. We're going to place a redstone torch right there. That's going to keep that block pushed inside our little elevator there where we're dropping our zombies down. We're going to take 2 blocks out of that, and we're also going to go underneath this and go down and to the right 1 block and take that over by 2 blocks. Place 1 block right there. Over here, we're going to go up by 1 and down by 1. And over to the right by, I didn't mean to punch that out, over to the right by 1. We're going to leave that right there. Go ahead and place a sticky piston facing into this block, 2 away from it, right there. And we're going to do the same thing with this block down here. 1, 2. Punch these out. Ooh. Punch that one out and face it into the block right there. And then you can remove that. You're going to take redstone dust and run it all the way here, down 1 right there. Don't place any on top of that block or that block. And down here, we're going to take 2 repeaters. Both of them are going to be facing into that block there, 1 and 2, and set both of them to 4 ticks. All right, guys, we should look about like this right now. We're coming really close up to the end here. We're almost finished. I know it's kind of complicated. We're getting pretty close to the end, though. So we're going to take 16 blocks out the back of that comparator there. Or out the side of the comparator, rather. Let's count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. We're going to place a block on top of that one. We're going to go 2 blocks over from there, place another block on top of that one, and then lead this in, I'm not sure how many it is, but into the piston over here. Boom. And then we're going to take repeaters all the way from here, the dust coming out of the comparator, each one of these set to 4 ticks, all the way from here to the piston. This is going to give us a really long delay. Eventually, it's going to fire that piston that it's leading into. And when that piston fires, it's going to pull the magma block back out from underneath the zombies. Something else is going to activate it, and this is going to deactivate it. That way, the magma block gets pulled out from underneath the zombies, and it doesn't kill them. This is timed perfectly, so it causes just enough damage to them so that they only have 1 punch left at the end, so you can get that XP from them. And we're going to place 1 redstone dust on top of that sticky piston there. All right, guys, we're getting really close to the end here. This is just about our last step. So we're going to go ahead and place just any kind of block right there. Put a hopper facing into that block, punch that block out. Then we're going to go right here. We're going to crouch down so that you can place the hopper facing in, another hopper facing into that first hopper. All right, once you have that hopper placed, you're going to go ahead and take a block underneath that hopper there, out the back of it, not directly underneath, just out the back like that, and the same thing on this hopper over here. We got that there, and then we're going to go up by one block right there, and same thing over here. You can go ahead and clean those out. Then we need a comparator facing out of this hopper right there, and another one right there. Next is going to be to place a regular piston, not a sticky piston, on top of this comparator. If you aim down at the comparator right there and you place it there, it should be facing toward you. That's what you want. And another one right there. Then we're going to, don't put anything inside these hoppers just yet. We're going to take a redstone block, you can go ahead and uncrouch, and just place it on either of these right there for now. Things should start moving around in your farm. That's fine. We can make sure it's all synced up here in a little while. And then in either one of these, don't forget the redstone dust. We need to place one redstone dust right there and another one right there. Then inside this hopper here, we're going to put 64 of any item. Let's go ahead and do our glass, and then 53 of any other item. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself a stack of 53 really quick. All right, so we have 64 and 53. It can be any item. You can use dirt, grass, whatever you want to use. So we have 64 and 53. That is important. That's going to be our exact timing for 45 seconds. That way our zombies will drown when they're down here. So as you can see, what we've got going on right now, we have a block of water that's going to stay here that came out of our dispenser earlier, and when it picked it up, it left that because the magma block was underneath it. That's fine. That water can stay there. We should have a block, or our water inside here. If you haven't placed the water already, go ahead and put it now. Just make sure you're not going to dump water on any part of your build. And whenever this switches over here, which it just did, let's go ahead and watch what happens. This is going to circulate all the way around here. It's going to activate that piston, and boom, there we go. That got placed there. It was already there because we left it there from earlier, but it would have just pushed it out there if it wasn't already there. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my walls in really quick so you can actually see this thing in action, and I can verify and make sure I didn't miss any steps for you guys. I don't think we did. I think we pretty much got everything, but give me just a second. All right, guys, I have one thing to show you really quick in case it does get out of sync when you're finished building it. As you can see right now, my zombies are in here. They're not taking damage. They're not drowned yet, and there's no water around their heads drowning them. If this is the case with your farm, if you look down here, the magma is off to the side, and yeah, we're not drowning them. We're not doing anything right now, nor are they drowned. That means that we are a little bit out of sync right now. The water has not been dispensed. The easiest way to fix this, take your redstone dust in your hand, break that there while this is activated, and then place it right back. Immediately, it should start drowning them. So we don't have enough time in this 45-second segment to turn them into drowned, but it will the next time around. It'll turn them into drowned. So they're going to take all the damage all the way down to where they take one punch. By the way, if they are wearing armor, it may take more than one punch. This guy obviously was wearing some nice golden armor, so we're going to hit him a couple times. He is dead now. Anyway, in the next 45-second segment, you should see. Right now, see, they just finished taking damage. The water bucket is inside our dispenser here. And as soon as that switches over there in a second, let me just verify, make sure it did. All right, there we go. See, it dropped them and it immediately started drowning them. So yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. While this is activated here, while this redstone is turned on, you'll just punch that dust out and place it back. It shouldn't go out of sync because you left the chunk or anything like that, but if that does happen, that's the easiest way to fix it. I haven't seen it happen yet, but while I built it, it has happened a couple of times. All right, guys, the last thing we've got to do here now is a storage system. So what I like to do is to go ahead and take a hopper, and you're going to face it into a block, right? Ooh, that is double placing right now. That's weird. A hopper, and face it into a block right there. We're going to knock that block out. We're going to take a chest and put it on the front of that hopper, make it a double chest. That's the easiest thing to do. So now as this hopper goes forward and backward, it's always going to be unloading either into this hopper or into this double chest here. Which it's not letting me open because I've got that as an iron block. I placed the iron block there. All right, there we go. Yeah, so see, we're already collecting a bunch of gold armor and stuff like that. That's really not what we want. We want the tridents. But like I said before, you have to actually kill them by hand to get the tridents after they've turned into drowned. Another thing you could do if you wanted even more storage is to just keep going down a line here like that. You can go all the way down to bedrock and keep placing hoppers underneath that first hopper underneath this chest. So, I knocked that one out. So everybody knows that baby zombies are absolutely the worst. We're going to go ahead and put in a baby zombie filter for you really quick. If you didn't want this, you don't have to. You can kill them from right here, but they're going to take more than one punch because they're not going to take damage from the magma block. I don't know why that is. It just is. So we're going to go ahead and place one glass block right there. I don't know why two placed. One glass block right there. We're going to take a sign and we're going to put it right there. That way our water is not going to spill out. We're going to take another glass block and place it there. It's still placing too. That way our baby zombies can't get out. Underneath that, we're going to punch out a few of these chests here. You could always move them forward, your storage system, a little bit. That way we're going to be putting lava here in a second. That way the lava doesn't burn your chests. So we're going to take a glass little tube coming out right here, giving them a space to drop down. Oop, didn't even mean to put that one there. Right there. So as you can see right here, we have a one wide hole coming outside of our drowned killing chamber. Right there. We're going to take one out the bottom of that hopper and one out of the bottom of our chest. And then let's just put one, let's go a little bit lower so that our chest does not catch fire. We don't need to go too much lower, and your chests don't have to be right there either. You can put this killing chamber pretty much wherever you want. We're going to do it right here, and we're going to place a lava block, or a little bathtub of lava for them inside right there, because we absolutely hate baby zombies. Put that right there. And our baby zombies will walk on out of here and they will take damage. You can also, if you wanted, you got to be really careful here, place another sign right there. Don't forget to replace the glass so they have no chance of survival. They can't sneak out. And you could get rid of that sign right there. Now the water is not going to, let's go ahead and replace that glass. The water is not going to pour down onto the lava. It's not going to destroy our lava source block. But this is going to dump the baby zombies out of here. The reason I didn't want to do this, though, is I don't know about this with this water here. I feel like, let's test it really quick. I feel like we're going to lose items, actually, as we're killing these guys. Some of the zombies right now, since we haven't been killing them, some of the zombies haven't taken their damage from the magma blocks yet. We've got kind of a pile up. That's fine, though. You know what? Let me switch to a sword so we can do this a little bit quicker. S-O-W-R S-W-O. I know how to spell. I just said it out loud wrong. And let's watch the items. Let's see if any of the items go into the lava. It doesn't look like it yet. I don't see any items shooting off the edge there. So it looks like it's fine. Looks like it is totally acceptable, and the baby zombie just got pushed off. If you don't want to risk it, if you don't want to risk losing any of your items, that's totally understandable. That way, it's more of a lossless farm. You could, as we had it before, leave the sign there. That's probably safer. The babies will eventually wander off on their own anyway. It's no big deal. That's just going to be a way for us to kill those baby zombies. By the way, if you're noticing all these items flying around whenever they turn into drowned, that's what happens, especially if you're in harder difficulties. Sometimes zombies will spawn in with armor on, and as they drown, their armor will kind of splash off of them in a bunch of different directions. If you watch this guy with the gold armor here, in a few seconds, he's going to turn into a drown, and the armor is just going to go flying. Should happen any second. I know this is probably the 4th or 5th time this video we've said that. We're just waiting for them to turn into drown. But it does take 45 whole seconds. There it is, and yeah, his armor went flying. It looks like the piston picked it up, or the hopper picked it up really quick that time, but it did go flying when that happened. So anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Bilbo. Make sure to check out the other videos I'm going to be posting here pretty soon. I've got a bamboo farm, a kelp farm, and a super smelter that I'm going to tie all of them together with to make an unlimited XP and an unlimited XP bank. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, guys. Check out the rest of my channel. Have a wonderful day.